Three things happened this week that changed who's actually winning the AI race, and OpenAI is not the one who came out ahead. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what OpenAI just gave the US government, why Anthropic just locked China out of Claude, and what a $47 billion research bet just bought them. If you're building on any of these models or betting on who wins this market, one of these three stories directly affects you. This is the first episode of a new weekly slot where, every Wednesday, we'll break down the three AI stories that actually moved the market, without the fluff. This week alone brought a government equity stake worth tens of billions of dollars, a national security-driven access crackdown, and a life sciences moonshot backed by one of the world's most respected AI researchers. All three happened within the same 7 days. That's unusual, and it tells you just how quickly the AI landscape is evolving. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly where the balance of power is shifting and why. OpenAI is reportedly offering the US government a 5% equity stake, worth roughly $42.6 billion at its current private valuation, as part of its broader IPO strategy. That figure alone is staggering, but the timing is what makes it significant. This move comes as the White House is holding discussions with OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic on voluntary AI release standards. At the same time, Anthropic has projected it could reach $47 billion in annual revenue and profitability by 2029, while OpenAI's own guidance sits between $25 and $33 billion in annualized revenue. The competitive gap appears to be shifting, and a government stake of this scale looks less like generosity and more like a strategic hedge. If you're finding this breakdown useful, consider subscribing. This is a new weekly series focused on the AI stories that actually matter, cutting through the headlines to explain what's really changing in the industry. Anthropic made another major move this week by closing a loophole that allowed Chinese organizations to access Claude through Singapore-based subsidiaries and VPNs. That workaround had been widely discussed, but it has now been shut down. The decision reflects the same security-first mindset that led to previous restrictions on advanced AI models after concerns about misuse. Rather than simply controlling the technology itself, Anthropic is placing greater emphasis on verifying who is actually using its models. It's a clear sign that access control is becoming just as important as model capability. The biggest strategic announcement, however, may be Claude Science. Anthropic launched the initiative following its acquisition of Coefficient Bio and the hiring of John Jumper, the scientist behind AlphaFold at Google DeepMind. CEO Dario Amodei has stated that the goal is to accelerate life sciences research by as much as 10 times. Viewed alongside the company's revenue ambitions and tightening security policies, this paints a much broader picture. Anthropic isn't just defending its position in AI, it is investing aggressively in entirely new industries where advanced models could reshape scientific discovery. Before wrapping up, there were two additional developments worth noting. OpenAI is rolling out GPT 5.6 with a new 3-tier API pricing structure. Developers building on the platform should review these pricing changes carefully, as they may significantly affect operating costs depending on usage. Separately, reports suggest that the White House, OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic are close to announcing voluntary AI release standards. These policy discussions are closely connected to the broader competitive shifts highlighted throughout this week's news. Taken together, these stories point to a larger trend. The AI race is no longer just about building the most capable model. It's increasingly about government relationships, security controls, long-term research investments, pricing strategies, and regulatory influence. This week showed that leadership in AI is being shaped by far more than benchmark scores alone. If you want a weekly breakdown of the AI stories that genuinely move the industry, not recycled headlines or hype, make sure to subscribe. And if you want to understand the next major shift already beginning to reshape enterprise AI, don't miss the next episode where we'll explore what agentic AI really means for businesses and why analysts believe it's about to become a standard feature across enterprise software.